Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a DC overhaul. I need an overhaul, bro. I need an overhaul. I need an overhaul. We all need an overhaul. 2022 meant, yo, overhaul your shit. Look at it from the top down. Reassess. Step back. What's working? What's not working? Don't compare yourself to others. Just look inward. What is working for you? What is not? And DC is getting its overhaul apparently now. What the fuck does that mean? That I'm a little confused about. So, as you guys know, it's been a week since Discovery and Warner Media closed their deal, their merger for $43 billion. When you think about $43 billion, does it make you feel like dizzy? What the fuck is $43 billion? What is that number? I just don't. Anyway, and now we are looking at a DC overhaul. Dun dun dun. What does that mean? Well, let's talk DC movie news just with your girl Rocks. Miss my boys. We were texting all day yesterday about it. All right. So this means that right now they are not happy, not satisfied with the way DC is working, with how DC does not have as they're referring to it, a coherent creative. But there's some interesting things that they talked about. We can kind of speculate. We don't know what they're doing yet, but there is some speculation to be had here. So let's talk about it. Here's some of the main takeaways that I had. Number one, that they are extremely interested in revitalizing Superman. That works for me. That works for you guys. I don't know what revitalizing means. Now, it has been 8 years since we had a Man of Steel movie. Is it possible? Is that a real number? Did it come out in 2014? You guys know I'm not good at dates. Is it possible that revitalizing Superman means that we have a Man of Steel 2 and that Henry Cavill, who keeps referring to the cape being in his closet, is about to don this cape again? I do think it's possible. Is it the most likely scenario? I don't think it's the most likely scenario. So, what else could that mean for Superman? Well, we can discuss that when we talk about what this entire overhaul looks like. By the way, if you have thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. The second thing that they said that was interesting was that the Joker's success, they are looking at the Joker's success. They refer to him as a second build character, and the success of second build characters. Pretty sure Joker is not a second build character for you guys. I guess he's second build in a Batman movie, compared to Batman. But if we named the 10 most famous or successful DC characters, Joker certainly is one of them, right? I mean, let's think about it for a second. Who are the biggest DC characters? Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Because of the movies, I would argue Harley Quinn. Aquaman, Flash. Is anybody else ahead of Joker? Because I don't think so. I mean, y'all, who am I missing? Who would be ahead of Joker? I would say, Cyborg's a member of the Justice League, but they did him dirty, so he's not that big of a role in the DC. Joker, second build. Come on now. But I hear what they're saying, that maybe they are looking at the success of those more standalone movies. Andrew Thomas says the Riddler. You think the Riddler is higher build than the Joker? I don't think so. Steven Summers says Catwoman or Green Lantern. More higher build than the Joker? I don't think Catwoman, and I don't think Green Lantern, because that movie was not successful, and we have not had Possibly Green Lantern, more so than Catwoman, I guess, but I don't know about higher than the Joker. Joker's pretty high. But moving forward, it seems to me like based on what they were saying, they are trying to streamline their movies a little bit. They are looking at their movies. I named Wonder Woman, Ryan. They're looking at their movies and they are thinking, we see what Marvel's doing. We like what Marvel's doing. How do we do that? How do we get to where they are? But then they reference that they're looking for their Kevin Feige. Now, that ultimately would be how you do what Marvel's doing, although I think that that's a silly thing to try to do. But then they say that they're not looking for a creative leader. They're looking for a businessman, a producer to oversee this overhaul. But that's not what Kevin Feige does. While he does simultaneously do that, Kevin Feige is able to wear multiple hats. And DC, if you don't want somebody to give their creative input, you just want this hardline businessman, you're not going to get your next Marvel. You might get something else, but it's not going to be it's not going to be your Kevin Feige. So it's an interesting way of explaining it, but they also describe it as wanting their coherent creative. And to me, that's why it sounds like what they want in Marvel. They want phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5. They want solo movies from their versions of Iron Man, their versions of Hulk, their versions of Cap, they want those and they want to build to something. It's kind of like what Snyder was doing. So here are the different options that I see on the table for DC. And you guys tell me if you see other options on the table and which of these options you think that they should go with. Option number 1, they scrap every character they have right now, every actor playing every character, and they start again. That's option number 1. If they want to build one cohesive universe where we don't have the Batman, R-Pats, as well as having the DCEU, if they want one universe, they scrap everybody and they start over. I don't see them doing that because the Batman did very well for them. People really liked the Batman. And there's so many characters in the DCEU that they love. Wonder Woman, they seem to really back Gal Gadot. Jason Momoa, they seem to really back Aquaman. I don't think there's a world in which we're not getting that Aquaman 2 movie. They love Zachary Levi. They love Shazam. So they obviously love The Rock and Black Adam and what we're building to there. So I don't see them completely scrapping everything, but that is one possibility. And I don't necessarily think it'd be the wrong answer, even though it would be tough to stomach. So that's option A, scrap everything. Option B is kind of close out certain chapters and get prepared to relaunch different things. So option B would be they've already filmed these things. So to release Aquaman 2, Black Adam, Shazam 2, Batgirl, Blue Beetle, the things that they've announced and that they've been in production with, to release those and maybe the Batman 2 or something along those lines, close out storylines and then plan for a 5-year from now, possibly 3-year from now, soft reboot where we get a new Superman, possibly even a new Batman, unless they want, I guess this would be a different option, but a new Batman, a new Wonder Woman, a new Cyborg, a new Flash, maybe Wally West instead of Barry Allen, because we've done a lot of Barry Allen recently. And we close out what we've done and we start something new. Option 3, don't cancel the internet. Release the Snyder Verse. We full-blown dig into the Snyder Verse. We ask Zack Snyder to come back and we do a Justice League 2 movie. We write out those storylines. We talk to Batfleck and we get him to come back too. And we ride this wave. The biggest pin in that plan being the Ezra Miller of it all and what we're going to do with what we do about Ezra Miller. But Warner Brothers has a weird way of dealing with things, so they've dealt with Stranger, and by dealt with, I mean brushed it under the rug. Option 4, they keep going in the direction they're going in and just start trying to hit singles, which it doesn't sound like they're doing because they said coherent creative. But option 4 would be, all right, all those movies that we slated, we're going to do all those. We're also going to start doing a bunch of one-offs. We're going to do a Mr. Freeze movie in line of the Joker movie. We're going to do the Batman trilogy where we do 2 and 3. We're also going to have Aquaman 2 and 3. We're going to have Wonder Woman 3. We're going to have Black Adam and Shazam have their own movies. And then we're going to have a movie with the two of them in it together. And they just kind of have a bunch of different universes going. And they see what lands, and then in a few years, maybe some of those universes die out, and maybe we kind of just really cater to the other ones, because especially for the Batman universe, we've already launched a lot or announced a lot of these TV shows too. So how do you guys feel? What do you think they should do? What options do you think they should go with? What do you think would be the strongest option? What am I not thinking of yet? Let me know. What do you think that they will do versus what do you want them to do? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. I would love to hear from you guys about DC movie news. Also, it affects all the DC TV shows as well. Is it possible that people have been really petitioning for Grant Gustin to swoop on in and take Ezra's spot as Barry Allen in the movies? Is it possible that they take that? I don't know. Is it possible they take Grant Gustin and Tyler Hoechlin and we ditch Henry Cavill and Ezra Miller? I mean, Henry Cavill is so loved that would be surprising, but is it possible that we go with our TV people and that they come on, possibly even bringing back, no, because we have a Supergirl, but I don't know. The possibilities are endless, and they're going to have this overhaul. So there's a lot of possibilities. When are they going to talk to us more about the overhaul? I don't know about that either. Shout out to Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Appreciate you being here on this April 15th, Friday the 15th. I was looking through old Coachella outfits of mine that are fucking bizarro. I used to go to Coachella every year. Also, I wanted to say Chag Sameach to all of my friends celebrating Passover today. And I also wanted to say happy, I don't know if that's the right word, whatever it is for Good Friday. Acknowledging your Good Friday, and then also to those celebrating Ramadan, just showing love to you guys. And on not holiday terms, Boston Strong, today being the anniversary of the Boston bombings for the marathon, and I'll never forget that feeling. It was the first year I had not gone to the marathon because I was at Coachella, and that car ride home, not being able to get in touch with my family. I always feel that in my soul right around this time, as we live on the street of the marathon. And to all those people to the people who lost their lives, to the people who lost their limbs, to the people who lost their families, and to the people who were affected, just thinking about Boston today feels weird always being away from there at this time. But anyway, I just wanted to acknowledge that as well before we got more into the episode where we're talking about the real things, DC things. Weird joke, Rocks. Shout out to Glenn, who did say, Chag Pesach Sameach, happy Easter to everyone celebrating, be most excellent to yourselves. Also said, breathe in and out, stress and yucky energies, talking about the green and yellow colors. He's thanking us for choosing to show up whenever, however. He says that it makes us a winner, chicken dinner. I'm kind of caring, fully unique. I'm good people. I'm worthy. My story is important. Stories to be seen and heard. We're valuable. A cozy fire to be near. And he hopes that we see and feel the harmony and ability to fly free. aka just be you always and in all ways in your day-to-day life. Today, tomorrow, and beyond. Not that it matters, but as a sweet tooth myself, I fully enjoy chocolate, candy, and other sweets. I totally forgot to get jelly beans, robin eggs, and chocolate bunny Easter goodies this year. Love Easter egg hunts too. Yeah, I want to do one. I'm never invited. And he said, good job on OSA with DJ and Jaina today. I really like Jaina. It was a great conversation between the three of you, and I'm glad we were talking about the J.K. Rowling of it all and supporting what it is to watch the Fantastic Beasts movies and how we feel about the future of the Harry Potter or the wizarding world. So thank you for listening to that. I'm glad I was there for it, even as someone who was there to listen and learn. Any threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. That is so true. Stephen Summers in the Streamlab says, I hope they keep some of the favorites like Gal, Robbie, Momoa, and I assume they'd keep Rock and John Cena because of their fan bases. Yeah, this affects Peacemaker obviously as well because of the Suicide Squad and because, yeah, what are we going to do with that? Other than that, I get wanting to start clean. Yeah, but how do we start clean if we're keeping Wonder Woman, if we're keeping Harley Quinn, if we're keeping Aquaman, if we're keeping Black Adam, we're keeping Peacemaker, but everybody else goes? That's tough. Did you hear Barry Keoghan got arrested? No, I didn't. What happened? Somebody let me know. Oh boy. Warner Brothers having a hard time. Ash in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, it's my 30th birthday today. Ash, you've got people have said this to me before too, but you got a baby face, babe. I did not know you were 30. What is one thing you think people should know by the time they're 30, but many people don't? I think that by the time you're 30, you should know that you don't have it all figured out. And people don't know that. People think by the time you're 30, you got it all figured out. And I certainly don't feel that way. How is your 30th birthday? Let us know what we're doing. Everybody, send bunnies for Ash. Yes, Ash. Happy birthday. We really appreciate you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Ash. John Get Bent says to the Pasta Fund, I have nothing to say about DC. Oh, thank you, John Get Bent. You have nothing to say about DC. That's interesting. Leonard Kim says, Hugs Samaya, Dimple Tits, Roxy, how are you? I love their desire for cohesion and a plan, but I don't love the idea of a potential reset. I'd love to explore the Snyder Verse. And what would that look like? What would that look like? Would we start with Justice League 2 or would we go Man of Steel 2? Would we pretend like no time had passed? What would we do? Ultimately, whatever the hell gets me some Green Lantern. The hair looks gorgeous. Yeah. Yeah. DJ pitched that we did just a nightmare sequence movie to close everything out. But I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. What should DC do? Did any of the things that I laid out feel to you like the right option? Do you feel like you know what DC should do and you should be the one they hire to be the exec? Do you think it's a smart idea for them to be hiring an exec who is a businessman or woman, but not a creative? How do we feel about that? Is there anybody you think is up for the job? What are the chances it is Kevin Feige? Poach the fuck out of him. That would be so stupid. That'd be so stupid. I kind of feel like I'm torn because I want multiple different things. I want to see, and I didn't even like Man of Steel, but I now, after years, I'm like, this is ridiculous. I want a Man of Steel too. Or I'm okay with a new Superman movie, but it's almost been a decade and I want Superman. I want a solo Superman film. This is why Superman gets a bad rap, because we just can't figure our shit out. And I want Superman. As me, needy as that sounds, I want Superman. Do I want to do more of the second build characters? I don't know about that, but I do like hitting singles. I don't need a cohesive plan right now. Although I do think the no plan is not a good plan. Some kind of a plan to get to a different plan would be good. But I would like a Mr. Freeze movie. I would kind of like a whole villains run if we did a bunch of villains movies. And by a bunch, I mean 3, maybe a trilogy of villains movies. That would be kind of cool. I like some of our characters. I do want to see Aquaman 2. I like the first one a lot. I really want to see Black Adam. That was announced a fucking decade ago. So yeah, I want to be able to see that with The Rock. I love Shazam. I love Zachary Levi. I desperately want to see Shazam 2, and I want to see Black Adam. I want to see The Rock and Jeffrey Levi and Zachary Levi go up against each other. I'm excited about Batgirl. I want that. I want Blue Beetle. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I do want, but I think the smartest move for DC that they could do as a movie is Man of Steel 2 or a Superman film. They got to get Superman back in the fold. They can't keep Superman out of the fold for this long. It's fucking crazy. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's it's their bread and butter. So, yeah. What do you guys want? What do you guys think? What do you guys feel? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. All right, all right, all right. Okay, now, ladies. Yeah. Ash says, I came up with this genius idea to stay awake the full 24 hours of my birthday. So I'm 16 hours in. I'm driving to my parents' house and we're going out for dinner. Then I have a game night set up with some friends after. That is so fun. You're going to be so exhausted. Ash, how's your caffeine intake going? Do not drive. Tired driving is the worst driving. Here are my tips for you. You can't pee before you get in the car because having to pee keeps you awake. You got to roll down the windows and let the air hit your face. You got to, so stay cold, blast the music, and have to pee. And that's how you don't fall asleep when you're driving. Fucked up tips, some of which I learned from my Navy SEAL cousin. So, oh, the things you learn when you have to figure it the fuck out. In an ideal world, you just have enough sleep. But I love that you're going to be up for all 24 hours of your 30th birthday. That's something you'll never forget. Maybe you should be up 30 hours for 30. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Ash says it's about an hour drive, not too bad. Okay, but the drive back, though. Can you stay at your friend's for game night? I don't want you passing out. Drink a fat ass coffee beforehand. I've never even had coffee, but some kind of Diet Coke, Coca-Cola, some I don't know, tea. Now I'm just pitching Ash just different liquids that he could intake. But as I said, it's good to have to pee. All right, my friends, we are getting out of here relatively soon. So shout out to all of you guys and thank you for being here. Let me know what you think. What do you guys think that DC should be doing? And what do you think that they are going to do? Shout out to Efren, to John Get Bent, to Global CPU, to Daryl, Greg, Intelligent Cycle, Glenn Caesar, Ash, the birthday boy himself, Andrew, John Perillo, Jake Yacovetta, Steven Summers, Alex Lynch, Sam Red, Chris Braxton, to Ryan Payne, Redford Reddington, all of the people, Nano, all of the people, David Ebekeme, who I think last time I asked how to say his last name, but I don't know if you ever told me. Wicked Bob, who says I'm 34, still lost as fuck. I feel you. I feel you hard. For sure, for sure. And thank you guys for being here. Okay, going back into the labs of streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Getting your last minute questions, comments, concerns, bits, bots, thoughts, and twats. Ryan Payne said, if DC really wanted to blow me away, they would announce a slate of projects for the Milestone characters like Static, Rocket, and Icon. And let's make these characters household names. I think that some people thought that that's what they were going to do after DC Fandom. And there was really positive reception, especially around Static. I'm curious what they do here. And yeah, it seems like that's probably not what they're going to do, considering they're talking about a coherent creative and not doing these individual things. But Jana July today was talking to me and DJ, and she said she really wants to see the Vertigo imprints. And I know a lot of people wish that they would go in that direction too. So I feel you. It's like them trying to mimic what Marvel has done is never going to work, not going to work. It's not an anomaly what they've done. So why are you trying to mimic them? Do your own thing. I agree with your pitch. What y'all think? Any suggestions for who you guys think should be the Kevin Feige of DC, if you think there should be one? Anybody? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. In the meantime, Like I said, stay safe, stay sane. Put down that toilet seat and lid. We don't want those buffoons. Don't trend with the Holocaust. Justice for the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. So much love to all of you guys. Shout out to everyone. Interesting answer. Russo brothers should run DC. Is that what you think, Andrew? Interesting choice. What about Kathleen Kennedy? Just saying that to see the fan reaction. Sometimes I'm such a troll. Ryan Painter would laugh out loud if they made it James Gunn. If they made James Gunn their Feige, that would be wild. Ryan says, I think they take advantage of the Ezra reshoot. I don't know. I really think that if we're going to swap out, if we're not going to have Ezra Miller in the Flash, which I'm still not confident that we won't, because a lot can happen between now and a couple of years from now. And, they say things, but you just never know. I really think that we should make the Flash Wally West. I don't want to see, we already had Grant Gustin, then we had Ezra. I don't want to see a Barry Allen a third Barry Allen in fucking 1 year. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So, yeah. Streamloves.com/Roxy Stryer. Final thoughts, bits, bots, thoughts, and twats. Gotta get those twats. Wow, John Lestrina in here. Happy Fast Friday. Thanks, John Lestrina. I don't know what that means. Oh, Fast and the Furious? Is this a big day for Fast and the Furious? Let us know, John. I think you told me something in the Discord that it was some big day, or when we were talking to you on stream. Is this the anniversary of some Fast and the Furious thing? Mark Jason Ali with that big support. Fuck yeah, Mark Jason Ali. You're amazing. Thank you for chiming in. He says, hiya, just popping in to show support. Love that. Appreciate that going into this weekend. How are you? I am fine. I'm going to celebrate Passover with Grammy and Papo. We're not doing a whole Seder this year because it's so challenging it's just going to be me, Grammy, and Papo. And for that much cooking time and for the brisket and for all the stuff for just 3 people, it's a lot. And Grammy likes to do the cooking, and it's a lot on somebody that, she's freaking 94, and just that's too much. So instead, we are going to go to a Jewish deli so we can at least do some like matzo ball soup and some Jew shit. We're excited about it. So we'll be celebrating Passover. And then on Saturday, one of my best friends has a boyfriend, and I don't know him well yet because they're new dating. So I'm going to suss him out. We're going to dinner, the 3 of us, and to a cigar lounge. I love cigars. And so I'm going to do that Saturday night. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be with the World Girls for you guys. The World Girls, youtube.com/the World Girls. And we are going to be we're actually interviewing our intern, Sophia. We're going to bring her on the show because you guys have been asking to get to know her more, and she's leaving. So before she leaves, we want to do that. And we'll be celebrating a little bit of Easter together. I don't really know what that means, but I'm going to eat chocolate. So that's pretty much the weekend. What about you guys? Let me know. Told y'all I was getting out of here, but then I started talking about the weekend. Cheers to the freaking weekend. I got to look into this Barry Keoghan getting arrested thing. One of you guys said it was because he was drunk. Did he do something fucked up? Do I want to know? Can't just bury your head in the sand, though. All right. I shall look. I will see you guys Sunday for the World Girls and Monday here live at the Roxy. Okay. Later.